Hey everyone! The verdict is here! And I don't think it's a false alarm. I don't know what the verdict is yet, but I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Oh, let me get my chat up too. Refresh. Sorry, that was a little bit of an inception for a second there. Oh man, they only deliberated for 3 hours. Ah! I do wonder what they gave her for the tampering of evidence. I mean, I don't know. I think maybe they said guilty for that one. Viper. All right, let me make sure I have my chat up. Hope you guys are doing good. We were live like an hour ago. I went to go eat. I was starving. Oh, yeah. I see you guys here. Hi, Reese, Taxi. Hello, hello. You thought you lost the live? I'm here. I don't know what the verdict is yet. I'm pretty sure I know, though. Pretty sure I know. 3 hours. Ooh. Patty Cat, welcome! Mariah, Taxi Reese, Daniela, Leela, DB, Morton, Joseph, Paul. Hello, hello. You have so much to catch up on? All my streams are up live, so you can watch them and go back. She's guilty as fuck. Hi, Tracy. How are you doing today? All right, well, listen. I'm going to give people about maybe like 2 minutes to come on in, and then we'll watch this. You're sad about this one. Tell me why. Or maybe tell me later. Maybe tell me after the judge reads the verdict. Oh man. I went to go eat. I got a bunch of food, and tell me why they gave me pho with the noodles. Like it was like half cooked. Okay, I was like crunching on them noodles, so my stomach might be messed up or something like that. Oh, you're making garbanzo soup. Oh, that sounds yummy. Yum 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 yum. Falling asleep during the previous stream, not because it was boring though, just lack a slave. It's all good. That's one of my favorite things to do, to fall asleep on streams. It's kind of nice too. It's like peaceful, unless this is mostly a Twitch thing. But sometimes when you're watching a streamer on Twitch, when they end the stream, they'll raid another streamer, and then all of a sudden you're woken up by like someone yelling and shouting. You're like, oh my god, who the fuck are you? I don't know who you are. It's so weird. Yeah, welcome back. Hi, Moondog. Yeah, I'm like, I usually don't really complain about food, but since food prices have been pretty crazy here, especially like, I don't know, food is expensive in California, okay? I'm like, I don't know, sometimes I'd be complaining, especially if it's like takeout. I'm like, dude, I'm paying so much for this, like, can't be messing up, okay? Messing up the noodles, crunchy noodles. Oh, sorry. My microphone setup today is not the best. So, hello, I forgot. I need to talk into the microphone. I was yelling into nothingness. Maybe I should get like one of those microphone things. Maybe this would be better. The food prices are nuts in Germany too. Yeah, I mean California is just a really expensive place to live in. When I went to Thailand, I was so spoiled, man. Getting noodles for $1. Oh, I want life to be like that. $300 and 6 bags of groceries. Oh my god! When I was at Trader Joe's, tell me why the guy called me out. The guy was like, "Oh my god, you put $160 of groceries in one bag?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then he starts shouting around to his other coworkers, "She put $150 of groceries in one bag. Oh my god, that's amazing!" I was like, compliment my bagging skills. And it was like Kroger. Oh man. Well, was there any alcohol in there or like beef? I feel like you really want to up your grocery shopping bills, alcohol and beef. That's why I avoid buying beef. That's why I avoid buying beef and I avoid buying alcohol. Because, man. Oh, Chiang Mai, dude. The khao soi. I haven't been to Chiang Mai yet. That's my to go to. What? Trader Joe's is pricey? I go to Trader Joe's because it's so cheap. I love Trader Joe's. Well, okay, I don't know about their meat prices. I think meat prices you can probably do better at like a regular grocery store. But Trader Joe's for like seasoning, bone broth stuff, sauces, salt, pepper. Like, I don't know. Everything at Trader Joe's is just so cheap. I love it. When I needed to buy avocado oil, I just bought it from Trader Joe's. It's just so much cheaper. Hmm? You don't drink and you're a vegetarian. Oh, I want to see what's on your shopping list then. Yeah, same here, Tracy. I've been doing a lot of chicken the last few months. Beef is high. Yes, I try not to eat beef because it's just so expensive. Chicken's just a way to go. Like, I like chicken breast. The chicken breast is a little more expensive than chicken thigh, but yeah, chicken is just the way to go. Beef I only get if it's like on sale. So for example, we had some carne asada that was on sale. It was like $3.99 a pound. It was amazing. There's also another type of beef that always is pretty decently cheap. It's called like pot roast beef. You can cut it up and make like a pot roast with it. It's pretty good. But yeah, I just try not to eat as much beef. It's just expensive. Poor chicken. Trader Joe's soup dumplings got a recall because they have plastic in them. Better plastic than shamanella, I guess. I do boneless breast. Yes, me too. I know a lot of people don't like chicken breast because they're like, oh, it's too dry, blah blah blah. But like, I don't like chicken thighs. Chicken thighs too is like, I mean, I guess it depends on what you're eating, right? But for the most part, I like breast. Mm-hmm. Julie Sullivan, New York City. Trader Joe's is dirt cheap. I mean, Trader Joe's. If you're comparing it to, you know how they have those other grocery stores like Smart and Final. It's basically where normal grocery stores, when they don't want their shit, they just give it to the other grocery stores, but it's still in sellable condition. Those places are like super cheap. But sometimes when you go there, I don't know, man. Sometimes their fruits be rotted. Their meats are usually pretty good, but like you'll get like the dented cans and like the pasta boxes that are like look like they half open. You love Trader Joe's? I went to the original Trader Joe's, the one that's in California, which I had no idea was the OG. Oh, Aldi's. I haven't been to Aldi's yet. There's an Aldi's by my place, but I haven't been there yet. But I do hear that it's pretty cheap because they don't have a lot of overhead stuff, right? All right, y'all. I think we got some people's here. Let's watch the verdict. Let's watch the verdict. Um, and I don't know. I don't know if sentencing is today or if sentencing is like a different day. Hopefully it's today. Maybe the judge can just do it just nice and swiftly. I think she's just waiting for people to come in. We're just sitting here hanging out with Miss Judge or Mrs. Judge. Mr. Bowles is in here. Hello, Mr. Bowles. Mr. Bowles. Oh my god, it's raining so hard outside. I hope I don't have. I hope my internet connection doesn't cut out. Just wait and see. Okay, okay, I'll be patient. I haven't watched this yet, so I don't know anything. I don't know the verdict. I don't know what's gonna happen. Although I'm pretty sure what the verdict is. Wait, wait. Oh, hello, Miss Thang coming in. We're hitting it. This is like a runway walk that's going on right now. You know what? Where's my star at? Oh no, she's already there. My star is right here. Okay, my star is right there, sitting right here. That is one of my favorite DAs ever. If I ever commit a crime, don't do it in New Mexico. Oh, I have a little raincoat for Shiro. It's so cute, but the raincoat is not the best because if the wind blows, it exposes his entire butt. It's so funny. But there's this cute raincoat that's on Amazon I want to get. Oh, and there's also this umbrella thing. Have you guys seen this like an umbrella leash where it's a leash, but then the umbrella makes it so the dog doesn't get wet? I don't know. It looks so goofy, but I want it. Aldi in Germany has so many products that are made by famous brands, but are sold with fake cheesy brand names. Oh, I love that. Oh, is that Hannah's family? Maybe? Family members? Gutierrez? Maybe not. Maybe not. Okay, Hannah's coming in with her. She got her pleather on. I've seen her wear those a few times. Very interesting court attire. The little pleathers. One's here. And oh man, she looks. Oh, do you think she looks nervous? I think she's feeling. That's the EMT lady, right? That who testified, Sherilyn. My pets think they're poodles. Won't get their feet wet. Oh my gosh. Pit bulls are so cute. They look like hippo dogs. Like I don't know. Have you guys ever seen like the pit bulls when they're like underwater and their mouth is all like oh, blah, blah, blah. They look like hippos. That's why I call them hippo dogs. Your bulldog got stuck in the baby gate last night trying to get to my kitten's food. She was walking around with the gate around her waist. Oh my god, we need pictures. Oh. My dad has a bulldog. So cute. Huh? That's her mom? That's her mom? Oh. Just kidding. She looks like the lady that was the EMT person. My house hippo? Yes. Alright, verdict is here. Oh, that is her mom? Is this like her brother or something? No. Fuck off.
All right, you may be seated.
All right, everyone, have a seat. Have a seat. Sit down.
All right. Just a minute. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, through the foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
All right, let me see the verdict form.
Wait, was her mom there the entire time of the trial? Oh, you posted it on YouTube? Okay, I'll check it out.
She needs a hearing aid.
What a noise. Ouch. I haven't seen it yet either. Does the judge talk to her? I have so many questions. Sorry, I'm just asking questions. You guys don't have to answer me. Just find out. Mom's boyfriend. Oh, the whole family gang in the background? Who confirms that, Taxi? Or how do you know that's a family? Oh, is Thel there? I like want to forward through this, but I like the anticipation. I like the build up.
All right, so let me repeat. I said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, through the foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
All right, and do you wish to read the verdicts?
Sure.
Okay.
Becky Hill's like, I want to read the
Count
verdict.
one.
Count.
Okay, you have both of them. Will the defendant please stand?
Becky's like, I'll read the verdict. Damn, she has to stand by herself? It's kind of nerve-wracking.
We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, guilty of involuntary manslaughter as charged in count 1. We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, not guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in count 2.
Okay.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. Let me get those forms, retrieve those forms from you. I'm going to do what's called polling the jury. What I need to...
Yeah, because like they didn't really have the evidence on that. It was mostly just like she said type of thing. Like, oh, she said this and she gave me this, and then they don't actually have the coke. They don't have surveillance footage or anything like that. So okay.
put on the record is that this is your individual verdict, okay? So I'm going to...
But can they have a comment section where they're like, we find her not guilty about this, but we're pretty sure this probably is coke instead of creatine, you know?
Start with the gentleman in the back. Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir,
Gutierrez. Yay! Thank you for the fun corgi. Leela, thank you so much for the 5. I'm gonna like that and heart that. Like and heart it, guys. I don't know if it matters, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for the 5. Yeah, it was really nice doing another court thing with you guys. It's tiring, but it's fun.
is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict? Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict? Okay, thank you.
All right, pull them.
All right, so you've completed your service. Thank you so much for being here. It was a long trial. People may want to talk to you. You know, this has been pretty much a lot of publicity, and you don't have to. Okay, so you can just simply say, I do not wish to talk, and move on. And if anybody bothers you, we really try to protect your privacy. If anybody bothers you, simply call my division, and we'll figure out what to do.
Wait, what? Hold on. What about, wait, did I miss something?
But you also may talk, okay? So it's entirely up to you, okay? All right, so you can escort them out?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right.
All rise.
Wait, hold on. Did something happen to my computer? Oh my god, I think something happened to my computer. I missed the guilty for the manslaughter.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, through the foreperson, have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
All right, let me see the verdict form.
Oh.
so let me repeat through the four. You have both of them. Will the defendant please stand?
Wait, wait, hold on, what? You didn't miss it? It was that fast? Wait, what? I missed it. Hello? Darkles! Oh my gosh, Darkles, thank you! Darkles, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Wait, it was that fast that I missed it?
We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, guilty of involuntary manslaughter as charged in count 1. We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, not guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in count 2.
All right, thank you. You may be seated. Let me get those forms.
Oh my God, that was so quick.
From you. I'm going to do what's called polling the jury.
I'm having an Elaine moment, okay?
What I need to put on the record is that this is your individual verdict, okay? So I'm going to start with the gentleman in the back. Is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this your verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, is this...
Taxi, thank you. Good idea. Thank you, Taxi. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the support. I mean, I appreciate you guys just being here in the chat, talking to me, or like lurking in the background. Thank you.
your verdict?
Yes.
Sir, is this
Even
your
her attorney's
verdict?
prepared.
is
Yeah,
this
they
your
like,
verdict?
they knew.
Ma'am, is
They
this your
knew.
verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict? Ma'am, is this your verdict?
Yes.
Ma'am, is this your verdict? Okay.
It went by so fast, and I was not, I promise you, I was not speeding it up, okay? I was going normal speed, okay? I was not going over the speeding limit.
Thank you. All right, so you've completed your service. Thank you so much for being here. It was a long trial. People may want to talk to you. You know, this has been pretty much a lot of publicity, and you don't have to. Okay, so you can just simply say, I do not wish to talk, and move on. And if anybody bothers you, we really try to protect your privacy. If anybody bothers you, simply call my division, and we'll figure out what to do. But you also may talk. Okay, so it's entirely up to you. Okay. All right. So you can escort them out.
Yes, sure.
All right. Thank you.
All rise.
George, just a minute. Just Ryan.
Those are some bold pants, Hannah. Get the pleather in there.
You should probably stay here, but I wanted him to walk them all
I mean, your actions leading into someone to die
out. All
in
right, you may
like
be seated.
18 months. I mean, it's like nothing.
All right, is there anything that the state's requesting based upon the verdict?
Your Honor, we would request that Ms. Gutierrez be taken into custody.
Mr. Bowles?
Your Honor, we would request under
Take her him in them leather pants.
the rule, Your Honor. Your Honor, Rule 5402, release pending sentencing. In this court's discretion, under the same conditions or other conditions as this court would deem necessary. Ms. Gutierrez has been on conditions. She has not violated those conditions. She has voluntarily appeared at all court proceedings. Your Honor, I would request this court to continue conditions or whatever conditions this court would have on release.
All right, thank you. I'm going to remand you, and the reason why I'm going to remand you is you are now convicted. And so, and this is a death. It's a criminal negligence, but it's still a death. And so, deputies, you're going to take her into custody, and we will set a sentencing date. What is the best, what do you want to look like on that? And we need an order of remand, do we? Hayden? Okay. Counsel?
In terms of the sentencing date?
Yes.
at the court's convenience, will be available. There are 2 weeks in May that I'm unavailable. Those are the last 2 weeks of May.
All right.
I mean, if that's her mom or a family member, I can totally understand why she's like that upset.
Mr. Bowles.
Someone who's close
Your
to
Honor,
her.
as soon as this court has time, it will be available.
All right, so do you have any conflict like that? She said May. Do you have any conflict?
I
don't know if that's her mom. I have no idea who that is. There's some people in the chat that were saying that it was her mom and her family. I have no idea.
don't know for sure, Your Honor, that I do have other trials, but I think mid-May.
Well, I can do it sooner.
Okay.
I just wondered if you had any conflicts along the way.
Doesn't look like mid-May, Your Honor. I do. I don't think I have any conflicts.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. Do you have, okay, we're in
Mid-May. Sir, can we do it like next week? Clear a schedule.
March. Do you have time before May?
We have time in April.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Sir, why were you saying May if you had time in April? Do you have better clients to serve or something like that? Jesus. Was trying to make us wait 2 months from now.
Before the court?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. We're in recess. Deputy.
Yeah, crazy. As expected. Not really a lot of emotion coming from her. I was thinking like maybe if she turned around and saw her, maybe that's her mom crying behind her. I'm not too sure. Maybe that would get her really emotional and she would start crying too. But she's just like, I don't know. Maybe she knew that it was coming.
Involuntary manslaughter and also not guilty for the tampering with evidence charge.
I think it was spot on. I think I would have found her guilty. All of the evidence was there. I thought the tampering charge, again, I've said this time and time again, I hate to use the word bogus, but I don't know whatever common term to use. There was no way that they could prove that there was cocaine in that packet. I would have been objecting all over the place to, all of the evidence, the question and testimony that was put forth with respect to that. But again, the only thing that I believe Hannah Gutierrez-Reed had to do was check those bullets, take the time and check those bullets. It wouldn't have taken her 55 seconds. It wouldn't have taken her 2 minutes, but a life could have been.
Is that Thel that they're talking to? I can't see who Mr. Bowles is talking to.
And saved that day. And I think that's what it comes down to, those couple of minutes right before she passed off the gun. Everything else that happened is just,
Oh yeah, I think that is Thel. That looks like Thel. Well, I mean, honestly, I can understand why the mom is upset. I mean, I don't think she's like upset. Like, I don't know, her daughter's about to be hauled off to jail. She's upset, Who knows what sentence she's going to get.
just extra ancillary. It's the fact that she should have taken the time to check. She wasn't under any pressure at that moment. She did not take the time. It's sad. It's unfortunate.
I mean, what I'm wondering is, did the family members sit there and listen to the entirety of the trial? I can't imagine sitting there and then still thinking that she's not guilty for manslaughter.
Gutting, but this is what it is. I also think she was in over her head. I don't think she should have had this position. And that goes to show, that's evidenced by how irresponsible, how sloppy she was on set, how disorganized she was on set.
Ron Zambrano, I want to get your...
Now, it would be a different story if her mom was in the background and she started yelling like expletives at like the jury, at the prosecutor and stuff like that, saying, "You're corrupt, blah, blah, blah." Then I'd be like, oh, okay, that's not good. But I think she was just reacting like just human emotions, just being really upset that your daughter's about to be hauled away.
I want to get your opinion, your reaction to this verdict of guilt. What do you think? Ron, I think we're having
He's having an Elaine Corgi moment. Did they do a press release after this? You guys know? Is there a press release?
On the last point that my colleague said, about, and I agree with her that I don't believe Gutierrez-Reed should have had this job. I think it was a job that she got because of who her dad was. And that is not a good thing for Alec Baldwin, because that is going to be part of the thing. Should have this young lady, I mean, she's a very young lady, should have this responsibility to have people's lives in her hands, especially, how she was conducting herself. And that's,
Yeah, they must be so shocked that I feel like not shock of the guilty verdict, but I think probably just shocked that like she was hauled away right away. But I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like what the judge said, right? If they found you guilty and manslaughter, someone died.
I hate to bring it back to Alec Baldwin, but this is kind of a win for him. But
I saw her pointing and it looked like maybe she was yelling, but I couldn't fucking hear what she was saying. So I don't know. I'm not going to make assumptions there. I wanted to hear the audio, but they tuned out the audio. Boo. There are jurors giving interview. Oh, where? KJ, where can we watch that? Wait, already giving interviews?
It depends what the prosecution is going to do with regards to how they're going to handle this. But I also agree with my colleague in the sense that, there's a lot of evidence that Gutierrez Reed was but consuming drugs and alcohol when she should have been a serious person. Reminds me of that scene in Succession where the father was telling the kids, like, you're not serious people. And I don't think she acted like a serious person that was required of her for the magnitude of what she was doing.
Hey,
right,
Sal.
and that question of whether she was qualified for the job will ultimately be something that those in production will have to answer. And those in production, of course, in this case, would be Alec Baldwin, who, of course, faces his own involuntary manslaughter charge and potentially his own trial coming up. And I think that's going to be an issue that's going to be brought by the prosecutor, the same prosecutor who was involved in this case, the prosecutor Morrissey there. But we're going to now take you back a few minutes ago to when this verdict of guilt was read, in case you missed it. So let's take a look at a clip of this verdict being read by the jury. Let's take a look.
We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, guilty of involuntary manslaughter
Hey, Hostronic, how are you doing today? How's it going?
as charged in count 1. We find the defendant, Hannah Gutierrez, not guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in count 2.
There you go. Swift justice, a verdict.
Yeah, that was so quick. I can't believe it. It happened so quickly. Even I didn't acknowledge it. But yeah, I feel like we don't know enough about Hannah in order to like say that like, oh, she's narcissistic. I think a lot of people just like to label a lot of criminals like, oh, she's a narcissist, as a narcissist. I feel like it's it's like an overly labeled thing that people do online sometimes.
Guilt against Hannah Gutierrez Reed, read by the foreperson of the jury. Now,
Okay, let me see if anyone did a press release after this. I want to hear from Ms. Morrison or Ms. Morrissey.
Hannah Gutierrez Reed is taken into custody, and the defense team there by her side. Do you think that there's going to be an appeal coming from the defense?
Probably.
Absolutely. I think that's something that you automatically prepare for. And I think that the defense was also...
I don't know. Maybe there are no cameras interviewing. I feel like this case wasn't really big enough for a lot of people to... Like, even when you look in the background, right? I don't see any known, like, court TV or law and crime. I don't see anyone in the background there. Maybe they don't have cameras outside of the courtroom to interview people. Let me see. All right, y'all. Well, what do you think? Anyone here disagree with the jury verdict? Do most of you guys agree with her? That's the thing. She had no real experience. I mean, she had like former armorer. What's it called? She was a lead armorer, but I think she just got really lucky that no one got fucking her on that first set. True, not a huge case. Yeah, I feel like no one's out there trying to interview the lawyers. They need to, please. Miss Morrissey needs acknowledgement, okay? She did such a good job here. I was actually checking. I was like, wait a second. What if Miss Morrissey was also the DA in a Lexi Treviso trial? But I checked. She's not. I'm like, man, if she was, it'd be great to see her in action again. It might be that she's lazy and naive and the attitude turned to negligence. Is that your black doppelganger? Why? Because we have dark hair and we're green? Huh? Who said that? Dose? I'm looking at you. I have a feeling yesterday didn't help, but I could be wrong. Wait, about what, Daniela? You don't disagree with the verdicts? Yeah, I think they did a good job. They did a good job, spot on. And I know some of y'all in the chat was like, oh, New Mexico, you never know with their jury. I'm like, what do you mean? Why? I would love her. No, Alexi's lawyer, or sorry, the one that's prosecuting Alexi is a guy. I looked it up, or I'm assuming it's a guy. It sounds like a guy name.
Right, for asking for her to be allowed to be out.
What about sentencing? So they said sentencing was going to happen in, I guess, maybe in April. Do you think the judge is going to give her? Oh, what is the judge going to give her? Hi, Storm. How are you doing today? How's it going?
Pending sentencing, I would ask pending appeal. I think that's just kind of par for the course. It's pretty normal.
I disagree with her getting a harsher punishment than the safety coordinator. Listen, the safety coordinator, Dave Hall, is getting 6 months probation. I do think that hers should be more severe, but just I think Dave Hall's getting 6 months probation, and let's say Hannah gets 18 months in jail. In prison. Yeah, that's like, because I think Dave Hall's, probably should have gotten more than that.
No, absolutely. And Ron, I want to put yourself in the shoes of the defense there. What are your next moves? You're filing a notice of appeal. You're looking at the record. You're trying to find the points that.
Well, maybe, okay, because I think I heard Dave Hall's. I think he admitted guilt like pretty quickly, like ASAP. Maybe that's why they gave him a pretty sweet deal. He cooperated early on, admitted guilt right away, I guess. Pleaded no contest. Day was good. I had some fun. The noodles were half cooked, so that kind of sucked. He paid a $500 fine. Seth Kenny deserves punishment? Why? Why Seth Kenny? I don't agree with the Seth Kenny one. How many people would they be able to charge because of what Dave told them? How many people will they be able to charge because of what Dave told them? I don't understand that question. Like other people besides Alec Baldwin? Yeah, I mean, I think you could agree with OSHA, but at the same time, you can also agree that there are employees, such as Hannah Reid, that's also responsible as well. Like, I agree it's all about the workplace, and I also agree that Hannah... Well, I mean, I don't agree to the point where OSHA was like, oh, she absolutely could not do her duties. Like it was mentioned, there were times where she could have checked the bullets better, and she just didn't.
That are going to be strongest on appeal. But in terms of the incarceration, just like Afi just mentioned, are you filing a motion to try to get her released while there is a appeal pending?
Wait,
What's
who?
your next move?
The weirdest is the cinematographer's husband who shut up in exchange for being a director or something. Wait, what? You're talking about Helena's husband? I don't know anything about that. Thank you for the 5. Seth Kenny made her an armor? I mean, Seth Kenny was involved. I think he trained her. So did her dad, trained her as well. But I think for prosecution to go after them too, that would be a reach, maybe a waste of resources. And I don't know if the jury would be... I don't know that the jury would agree and charge him with anything. That just seems like a waste of resources. I do think she needs to be held accountable, but just don't hope that she's a scapegoat for multiple layers of failure. I would just say this, I know there's like a lot of people that you guys are like saying like, oh, they need to be held responsible. There's a lot of like civil litigation that's pending right now, so hopefully they will be liable in those cases. But we have to wait and see. But criminally, I think going after Hannah, for sure. Baldwin, for sure. He pulled the trigger. Dave Halls, for sure, even though he got like nothing. Sarah Zachary, I mean, I understand why they went after her and they were, telling her like, oh, we'll give you immunity if you like testify, because they technically could have charged her for like, I guess, throwing away like evidence or something like that, although I think it would have been really weak. But like to hold other people criminally responsible, I think would have been like a reach for the state. And ultimately, I think it would have just been a waste of resources, because I don't know if the jury would come back and be like, oh, guilty. Like you would need like a fuck ton of evidence to go after all the others. So I think like having all the others, being gone after in like a civil litigation, I think that's okay. But maybe now at least their reputation could be tarnished, right? Like look at Dave Halls. I think he was like forced to retire. He's not working on movies anymore. Maybe other producers. Maybe maybe Gabrielle Pickle. Maybe maybe they're not gonna get any jobs in Hollywood anymore. I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But I mean, I can say for sure that I'm sure their reputation has been tarnished. Seth and Sarah, where the light bullets came from? No, wrong. The evidence does not point to that whatsoever. Design. Now what to do? Are there any juicy cases next couple weeks? The answer is yes. Next month we have Chad Daybell, and I think Chad Daybell wants to have cameras in court. Because Lori Vallow, they didn't have cameras in court for her. They only released like the audio. I think after the trial happened, and I didn't cover that because I was like, oh, just audio, it's boring. But Chad Daybell is coming up next month, and then also Karen Reed is coming up. I think they pushed her to a month over, I think. The Crumbly. Is that coming soon? The father is next, right? No, it does not design. It does not. I don't know what's on the body cam footage that you're talking about that shows that Sarah and Seth are responsible for it. If you watch the entire trial, everything points to her bringing the ammunition. She had the box that matched exactly the box that was on the set. She told the police, like, hey, I pulled from this box right here. The Seth and Sarah thing is just like a distraction that the defense tried to do to distract people. There's no evidence that points to that whatsoever. Who is Karen Reed again? Karen Reed's the one who, oh my god, this thing is crazy. Karen Reed is accused of running over her husband, but she is saying that it's a major cover-up by police and by this family. I don't know, the whole thing sounds wild. It might just be all bullshit, but it just sounds really interesting. Oh, grandson wants to FaceTime? Okay, sounds good. Bye-bye. Okay, watch the body cams of Seth and Seth. Okay, watch the body cams of Sarah and Seth with the prop truck search. It was not in the trial. Why was it in the trial then? If it was something so pivotal, why wouldn't the defense play that for the jury to see? Her husband was a cop. Yeah, her husband was a cop, and I think the family that she's accused of being involved are also like really close with cops or something like that. They're friends with cops. Yeah, crazy. The sloppy way Hannah worked meant it was only a matter of time until something like this would have happened. Yep, I agree with that. Especially with like the lack of safety practice that we saw on the set multiple times, especially when they had like the still shots and then the videos. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, that was the Karen Reed one. Sorry, it was a really bad explanation, but yeah, it was the one where there's all these conspiracy theories being thrown around and all that stuff, but I think it could be pretty interesting to watch, but I don't think I would watch it in its entirety. The reason why I was so invested in watching this in its entirety was because I didn't know anything about Hollywood. I didn't know anything about like armors, guns, and stuff like that, so I thought it'd be a really cool way to watch it. Because I remember people were watching when this first came out, when this first happened. So many people on the internet was like arguing about this, like, oh, is it Alec Baldwin's fault, or what's the difference between dummies and what was the difference between dummies, lives, and blanks, and all that stuff. And I felt like so many people were just like jumping in, and they didn't know anything. But there were so many opinions out there, and I kind of just wanted to watch for myself. When this story first broke, there were rumors of the cast and crew shooting cans and stuff offset with guns from the props department. Where did those rounds come from? So I think the genesis of that rumor came from Hannah Reed when she filed a lawsuit against Seth Kenney. So in the previous movie set, 1883, where her stepdad Thel was working on with Seth Kenney, they wanted to demonstrate to the cast and crew how a recoil works when you shoot a gun. So in order to do that, they had the they had the cast members, had them come in to a very separate live shooting range, not on the set or anything like that. They went to a shooting range and they were shooting the guns, practicing the recoil thing. And so I think when people heard about that, they somehow got it mixed up with Hannah Reed's movie set and was saying that like, oh, you know, the cast and crew members from the Rust set, they were shooting live ammunition from the gun that Alec Baldwin was using. So I don't know how the fuck that rumor became so spiraled that so many people repeated it, but I think the genesis of it really came from the 1883 set. But those live rounds, I don't remember who sourced those live rounds. I think some of it was from Thel and some of it was from Seth Kenney. I'm not quite sure. But I believe it was mentioned. Crime Circus has all the body cams. Well, I mean, let's say, for example, if the body cam would have shown that it was Seth and Sarah who were culpable for it, why didn't the defense play it for the jury? Right? If that was something that was going to solve their case. And then also, you can't just look at one evidence, right? If you just look at body cams, you're like, oh, guilty, just because of body cam. You have to look at the totality of like all the other evidence that the state presented, and then also like what the defense presented as well. I don't know. I find it really weird where if you just look at one evidence, you're just like, okay, they're guilty, but you have to look at everything in like in a whole totality of things. It's like with the Amber Heard thing, where people only focus on Amber Heard's like the journals and like the doctor notes. It's like, oh my god, see, I told you she's not guilty because of this, because it's one evidence. It's like, okay, well, you're ignoring everything else that happened, all the other evidence that everyone else presented. But if I remember correctly, design rhythm, were you the one who said that maybe Helena was murdered because she was part of Ukraine and like this whole conspiracy thing, and then there was argument in my chat. I don't know if that was you. Was that you? Seth was saying Sarah is your boss. Yeah, I remember hearing that. It was in the text message. Those claims were from TMZ, but they were never substantiated. Oh yeah, was it on TMZ? I don't know where I saw it. It was on maybe on an article, but it was like from like I think like they didn't name the source or anything like that. Yeah, it was just like a rumor, I think, that just like spiraled. Because if that were true, then you better fucking bet the state would have brought it up. Or sorry, not the state, the defense. The defense would have brought it up. Well, the state could just bring it up too, because they could be like, oh, why would Hannah let people shoot live ammunition from the Alec Baldwin gun on set, right? So, but yeah, I mean, I get it. It's like really hard to watch a really long case, but I feel like if you didn't watch the entirety of the trial, then you should be open-minded to, I guess, like maybe some evidence that you might have missed. Yeah, it was really disorganized. It was. Yeah, no, I agree with you. It was very disorganized. But the ammunition again matched the box of ammunition matched the one that Hannah Reid had, and that's the one that she showed to investigators. Also, if they did find, and let's say for example they found ammunition from Seth Kenny's place that matched the one on the movie set, I mean at the end of the day it's still Hannah Reid's fault, right? But they didn't find any ammunition that matched. I feel like in order to believe that it was Seth Kenny and Sarah Zachary, you have to do so much mental gymnastics, and you have to go on with so many what ifs, and then believe all those what ifs, instead of just like looking at the evidence. Defense attorney literally said he wanted the jury in closing, that he wanted to take them into consideration all the facts that were not presented in court as well, like WTF. Take into consideration the facts were not presented. I don't know, I may have missed that. Okay, I've been fact check. My bad. It's okay. No, it's all good. Yeah, no, it's true, John. A lot of people repeated that. And I can see why anyone would believe it. You're good. I had a conspiracy theory. I thought Alec did it on purpose. He's an asshole. A lot of people said that too. And I was like, I don't know if I would have believed that he did it on purpose. I feel like that's like a shit show. One, why would he be the one who shoots it? Two, why not get someone else to do it? I don't know, that's like too much of a mess. Getting stuck into lawsuits after lawsuits after lawsuits, possibly being criminally convicted. It is a shit show, and I feel like no one would want to deal with that. They never said who loaded the gun. They did. Hannah was the one who said she loaded the gun. Hannah said she loaded the gun. Sarah Zachary said she loaded Jensen's and someone else's gun. I forgot the other actor's name. I've been down that rabbit hole too, especially after it became known that Baldwin claimed the cinematographer was his friend. Then it was revealed that there were fights between them. I mean, friends can have fights, can't they? Because he could blame Hannah. That's silly. There's no way Baldwin would ruin his own career just to be a jerk. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's such a stretch. I don't know. He was not too impressive today. He had moments during the trial, but today was not one of them. I mean, honestly, I don't think he did horrible. I just think that the state did so well that when Mr. Bowles came and he did mediocre, it made him look even more worse because the state was just, I think she did a really good job. She did a really good job and the evidence was on her side. It's hard to go up there and argue when the evidence is not on your side, but you're a defense attorney, you have to, it's your job. What's the verdict? You just got here. Hi, Anthony. How are you doing today? Guilty for involuntary manslaughter and then not guilty for tampering with evidence. They took her away right away. She might have had family members sitting behind her who were really upset. And sentencing, well, Mr. Bowles was trying to make us wait 2 months from now. And the judge was like, do you not have anything in like March? Hello, we're in March right now. Anything in April? And he's like, okay, fine, I have something in April. He had nothing to work with. Yeah. Shiro! Take away my stuff. Mr. Bowles only had a lot of what ifs to deal with, and I think he did a decent job. Like, I liked him. Shiro? Hey? Oh. right, well, I hope we had a good discussion. Was there anything else you guys want to discuss before I dip on out? Seriously, if one doesn't like Baldwin, there's absolutely no way he would sabotage his own career. The man has an ego. That's precisely why he would not want to have this happen. I don't know enough about Mr. Baldwin to make any statements. All I know is he was in one of my favorite movies, and he was annoying. His character was annoying in that one. Mr. Bowles screwed Hannah. She should never have given the interview to cops. Well, the first one wasn't her fault. It wasn't Mr. Bowles' fault because he was an attorney then. The second one, I think Mr. Bowles really thought that they would be able to. I don't know. I guess at that point, Mr. Bowles really thought it wasn't his client's fault because maybe Mr. Bowles knows of Thel Reed's reputation and was like, "There's no way Thel Reed, the best armor in the fucking world, or whatever. I don't know if that's even true or not, but the best armor in the world. There's no way that he could have raised his daughter and not taught her proper gun safety and blah 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 blah." I don't know. Maybe when Mr. Bowles went into it, he really thought that that Hannah was fine and things were okay or something like that, and they just want to be transparent and open. I think defense wanted sentencing out so far, hoping the judge will let her go until then. No, that wouldn't be a thing. Taxi! Yeah, thank you, Taxi. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I like this discussion that we're having. I'm glad that there are other people that have other theories, because I think it's fun to kind of just go through them. I think they're pretty interesting sometimes. But guys, I guess that's it for today. I mean, I was gonna watch there's like this really stressful body cam footage that I was gonna watch with you guys, but I'm gonna do it a different day. I feel like I'm like so stressed over the Madeline Soto case. I don't know. That case has been bothering me for a little bit, or at least like overnight, because I read it last night and I was like, why did I read about it? It's like, I don't know. I like messed up my sleep. Bangladesh, hi, greetings from Montreal. Oh, I want to. I want to play it. Corey, you're playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So I technically haven't finished Final Fantasy VII Remake yet. I have about 4 chapters to go before I finish it. But I might just hop onto Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and then work my way backwards or something like that. But yeah, I want to play it. But if I do, it'll be on my Twitch channel, not on my YouTube channel. YouTube, I mainly focus on true crime stuff. Not mainly. It's just all true crime stuff, okay? True crime stuff, and then sometimes I do dual streams on Twitch, and then on Twitch I'll do like video games and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. That was crazy. I can't believe the verdict happened so quickly that I missed it. I don't know if I was I having a blip or what? Kiki. Yeah. I'll keep an eye out. If anyone does any interviews, I'll keep an eye out. We'll watch together. Peter said that second-degree manslaughter, Florida would leave her free until sentencing. Well, Florida, different than, I guess, New Mexico. Or maybe it's probably the discretion of the judge, probably, right? Thanks, Corgi, for a good look inside a trial. The chat has been lively, and all the chatters have been a blast. What did I end up having for dinner? I got Vietnamese food, but the pho that I got, the noodles are hard. Oh, God. They barely cooked the noodles, so I was like crunching on the noodles while I was eating it, and it was not great. You're making cheesy mashed potatoes. Bangers? What's a bangers? And spinach? Oh, that sounds good. Yum. I don't know what bangers is, but that sounds delicious. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see other people's opinions as well. Sometimes I'll listen to Tragos, Bruce Rivers. Sometimes he's interesting to listen to as well. Because I wish there was more. Defense attorneys out there. Because I have so many questions for defense attorneys. But I like watching Bruce Rivers. He's really interesting. Oh, bangers or sausages? Oh, wait, what? In what language is bangers sausages? I worked on the first headquarters for Bungie when they created Halo. We converted a grocery store to their office. It was very cool. Oh, dude, that's so sick. That's awesome. Did you guys watch the Halo TV show? It's out right now. Because sausages look like dicks? What does that have to do with bangers? Oh, like you're banging someone? Sausages in Australian? Wait, what? What? I have a mod that's Australian. Well, I actually have 2 mods that are Australians. I need to fact check that. I don't know if I believe that. English? I'm pretty sure it's called bangers. I've never heard of bangers before. Stop ruining sausages for me. I mean, there are multiple ways we can ruin sausages for you. Do you know what they're made out of? Do you know how it's made? Have you ever seen sausages made before in factories? It looks so nasty. I was leaving, but I stayed for the bangers. I know, I was ending my stream and I was staying for the bangers. Oh, bangers and mash. All right, guys. Well, love the agreements, love the disagreements, love chatting with you guys. I hope you guys have a good one. Take care. I'll keep an eye out if there's any interviews or anything like that. And if there are any other like inputs out there, if you guys have any other like, you know, if any other YouTubers commented anything, if they're interesting, let me know. Send them over my way. I'd be happy to like watch their reactions, reviews, or anything like that. Get their input, you know, because like my perspective is just basically the perspective of a, you know, a jury. You know, we're just normal people here. All right, we're just normal people here. We're just listening and we're just laughing. Sometimes, mostly. Yeah, we laugh most of the time. Thanks for the live. Bye, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for the support in the chat. Just like hanging out, chatting with me. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the super chats for today and the memberships. And I hope you guys have a good one. Take care. And I'll see you guys later. Too much beef isn't good anyways. Beef is just too expensive, okay? Bye, Google user. I don't know what your name is. It just says your name is Google user. Bye. Bye, Design. Bye, Darkland. Baglade. Dose, Taxi, Waste, John. Where's David at? Wasn't David Puff here earlier? Bye, David. Rhiannon. I don't know if Rain ever made it back. Oh, Nicole. Nicole, I gotta go check out your YouTube. You said you posted a video of your dog on there. Guys, if you guys haven't already, join the Discord, please. Join the Discord. Post cute pictures of your doggos and all that good stuff. Gardening. I don't know, everything. All right, y'all? Have a good one. Take care. Shit, I can't end my stream because my mouse just died. Whoops. Hello? Hello, mouse? Can't end my stream, guys. My mouse just... Wait, did my mouse really die? Oh, it's back alive now. Okay.